I can tell you that we have a lot of companies that are very concerned generally about the direction of U.S.-China relations. In a normal circumstance, we would hope that President Trump meeting with European allies might provide an opportunity for them to talk about collaborating to deal with the issues that foreign companies deal with in China, since they aren't unique to American companies. But we doubt that that's been happening. At this point, we are encouraging both the U.S. and the Chinese government to get back to the table and start resolving their issues directly.
So the interest of your members is that there is no conflict between the U.S. and China. Presumably they do big business in China and want those markets to remain open, yes?
I think the issue here actually is less that we want no conflict, more that we want to see resolution of longstanding issues that foreign companies have been dealing with in the market. The Trump administration has highlighted the right issues. The key is we disagree with the tactics that they are using to get to resolution of those issues.
Being tariffs. What about sanctions?
Sanctions, we hope that national security and commercial issues can be kept in distinct lanes. So certainly if there are national security concerns with imports from China, be they technology or otherwise, that needs to be dealt with. But we don't want to see that bleed into trade negotiations.
Just this week, Erin, the Chinese government fined the Ford joint venture in China a fine for antitrust concerns, and a lot of people are connecting this to the trade war. What is your group saying in terms of the real fear as to what China could do to their businesses and operations in China?
China was very clear from the beginning of the trade war that it was willing to do both quantitative, i.e. tariff retaliation, as well as qualitative. The challenge for foreign companies is that China has always been a difficult place to do business. And so distinguishing between the challenges you're seeing right now in terms of uneven enforcement or national treatment, how foreign companies are treated vis-a-vis domestic companies, versus something that might be unique to U.S.-China tensions. It's right now all anecdotal, so most companies are sitting and waiting.
Erin, do you think, all things considered, in 5 years, our businesses' relationships with and in China will be better than they are today, or not as good as they are today?
Look, I'm an optimist. I want to believe that the two governments are interested in coming to an agreement on the issues. China was making some very useful moves prior to the beginning of May in terms of leveling the playing field for foreign companies. There's probably unrealistic to think that we were going to resolve all of the issues this year or all of the issues in one trade agreement. But if the two sides can get back together and talk about the substance and lock in the progress that we believe that they had made, I think that things would be on track to be better compared to where they are today.
What do you think happened in early May? What changed?
In all honesty, I think there was a miscalculation by both governments in terms of where they were and what they needed to get to an agreement. When we talked to former U.S. and Chinese negotiators, they all described the fact that in the end game of a trade negotiation, sometimes you try to take back some things and sometimes you try to put more on the table. The bottom line is you can't allow that to halt the negotiations at that point. You got to get back to work.